guys. This is just a quick update. I think I've got a couple of meetings coming up soon, so um, interesting holding pattern here that we've got. Looks like it's tried to take some of the liquidity that was going long, but quite quickly we've broken it back up. This is on a 3-minute chart, so I'll move up. Just quickly go to the 5-minute, have a quick look at that. So I'm still getting sort of mainly bearish long-term trends here, but the longer it sits here without really breaking to the downside, the more likely we are to actually go up. And if we trend up, where this has a reset, so this cyclic RSI, I've just built it so that it does a longer term time frame. You can show a longer term time frame than what the actual chart is. So I think this is about a 50-minute time frame here. The more these bands can come down below the 50 level while we sort of sit in this range, the more likely we are to actually go up. But what I'm interested in, something Crown brought up again the other day, is this pi cycle indicator. So the daily pi cycle indicator, basically every time it's actually cleared the top level and stayed above it, that's been the catalyst for up only to new all-time highs and blow off tops and stuff like that. So I'll just show you that on the daily. So we're getting close to it. At the moment it's sitting, it just did an update, about 66,000, 67,000 probably by the time we get to it. So that, as you can see here, once it sort of crosses that, it stays above that. When it crosses back below, then look out, it's probably done for that run. The interesting thing is it does have a tendency before that big last sort of push to actually bounce off it and retrace a little bit. So don't know whether that'll happen this time, but even back here in June 2019, so that's sort of, that was the last top. As you can see, probably need to make this a bit bigger. Sorry, I'll just get rid of that as well. Make it a bit clearer. So as you can see, sort of, it broke above in May 2017, and it did come back down below it, bounced off the bottom moving average, the faster moving average of the pi cycle, and then pretty much was above it for the rest of the run. So that's an example of where it can come back below for a little bit, but you wouldn't really expect it to go any lower than the fast moving average. Once we're in the bear market, once we actually cross this, this indicator is pretty good at picking the pi cycle tops too. Typically, I think that must trigger when the fast moving average actually goes above the slow moving average. Like once we're below that red, that tends to be a resistance level throughout the bear market. Once we reclaim that, that's typically the bottom of the bear market, or very close to it. But there is this sort of mid-cycle pump that is pretty common, and it tends to bounce around that upper band, slow moving average, and it has been known to get back down below. So it's not a perfect indicator, but once you're in that sort of bull run, once you clear it, you can pretty much be confident in holding that position until the thing comes back below or until this pi cycle top indicator triggers. I don't know whether it will happen this time. I'm very much in the same camp as Crown. I think the 4 yearly cycles and the rhyming that Bitcoin's been doing over the last, what is it, 15 years or whatever. I think that's coming to an end with the ETF and the institutional money that's now getting sucked into it. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But looking at how close we are to this, and I don't have Crown's percentile bands that he uses, but this level here is possible in this current run. So it would not surprise me if we got up to around that 66, 67 before we actually get a retracement. It's not looking great today, but as you can see, like, Bitcoin pumps and can go sideways for a week or two before the next pump. As we keep moving, this will keep tracking up with us, so it could be up around that 69k by the time we actually get up there. That would be an interesting place to be at for the halving. So I think the halving's about a month away, which should put it around the start of April. So that would potentially get us to new all-time highs before the halving, which that seems, I mean, just based on history, that seems unlikely, but history's made to be written, isn't it? So if you look at this will probably keep tracking up. So somewhere around here, so about 72k is possible. If we did a quick run up and tap this, then it's probably going to be closer to your 68. So it's worthwhile just getting those pi cycle indicators on there. You just type in pi cycle, it'll come up with a freely available one, and just keep an eye on that. It'd be interesting to see if the faster moving average ends up being the pullback region as well, which I would expect to be, somewhere up into here. But yeah, see how we go. That was just a quick update. On the daily and longer, it's still reasonably bullish. Just delete this quickly. Let's go to the 1 hour. So yeah, still bullish. Turning down though, the RSI. Momentum on the longer time frames looks like it's having a divergence. So look, we are close here. Again, there's a potential to reach that before retracement, but that would just be to wash out the shorters, I think, liquidate a few short positions, which I haven't checked the high block or anything to see where all the liquidation levels are, but I can be pretty confident there's going to be a fair few shorts coming into the market with stop losses above 64,000. So don't be surprised if we get a quick move up above that. That's about it. Quick look at, Nasdaq's still floating around up there. Interesting. Hasn't moved much today. The markets seem nervous, but the amount of calls that are in the system in options, it's making markets behave kind of irrationally, because the amount of calls that are in there means the people that are issuing the calls have to buy the stock to cover and to not lose money. So it's keeping the values high. So it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy at the moment, but that could all come to a spectacular end at some stage. We just don't know. Interesting that Nvidia's gone above the pi cycle bands. I don't know if it works that way for Nvidia or not. Be an interesting thing to look at. Typically it bounces off the top of the pi cycle there. It's interesting. Well above it at the moment. So, yeah. Interesting. Again, I just in a holding pattern really at the moment to see what happens. Dixie is testing pi cycle indicator, fast moving average. VIX hasn't really done much, so yeah, it's kind of, I think it's waiting on the, oh no, inflation numbers came out today. Market must have been pretty flat. Anyway, that's what I'm looking at. Bitcoin's potentially going to go a little bit higher before it comes back, but not really planning on trading that. Profits locked in is comfortable for me at the moment. Catch you later.